The finals may have had a new secret mechanic discovered. We also gotta go over several fixes and error fixes. We got some tips on how to complete the battle pass super quick. We got some new debates sparking controversy, and a whole bunch more. What's up, world? Should be back in the room checking out all things the final. Okay, let's just jump right into what's going on, all of this stuff behind the scenes, what's been happening the past week or so. Now, of course, since the holiday season, we haven't had a ton of updates, but we have had several things get pushed out during this past week. So first, let's go over that secret mechanic, or might be a bug, seemingly so. So we have a few threads popping up here about some defib stuff that is happening. At least when you defib somebody, it's bringing them back to full HP instead of the 40%. Now, we've had several posts about this on people being able to defib or seeing their teammates get defibbed to 100%. I'll be sure to link both these clips down below so you can check them out and maybe use some of that evidence to kind of practice this and see if we can gather what is going on here. Now, there seemingly is one scenario specifically that you will get defibbed, or at least seemingly so you'll get defibbed back to full health. That is if you fall off the map and you didn't lose any HP from anything else besides the fall. This will actually guarantee you a full defib back to full health. However, we've been having some defibs happen in certain scenarios that don't quite make sense. Now, this could be due in part to a bug. It could also be due in part to several different variables. Some people think this might be timed. However, a few people have kind of debunked that claim. We also have this other clip here that showcases someone being full defibbed while they're in fire. And so maybe if there's some elemental hazards going on, maybe the person will be defibbed all the way to 100% HP instead of the 40%. Now, I haven't really been able to test this a ton, although I hope to more in the future. Reason being is I mostly solo queue, and I don't think you could do it in training grounds, but maybe so. And just figured I'd push the word out so we can get some more anecdotal evidence and kind of try to see what is happening here, as it can just be really hard to test these things, especially in a live game scenario. Again, let me know if you guys have experienced this defib to full health, aside from the one circumstance where you fall off the map. If it's happening during combat, we gotta figure out what is going on there, or if it's a bug, or what is happening exactly, as that could definitely switch up the meta overall. Now, landing up here, we also do have the weekly mega thread state of the game. If you want to vent about anything and you want potentially maybe the devs to see it, or at least get the word out there, this is probably the thread to go to actually post some of your critiques or criticisms going on with the game itself, or just letting them know what you think about the meta overall. There's also some decent information in here that you could read through from some tips, as well as just some player perspectives. And this is a brand new thread, as they didn't start this one until today, seemingly because of the holiday stuff and everything going on with New Year's. Now, one of the things that I've noticed, especially from comments, is the kind of disparity between what people think about the battle pass leveling. Now, I've noticed some people say the battle pass leveling is a bit harder because of its being so challenge based. I definitely have to agree that overall it can feel a little sluggish. Now, if you are playing quite a lot per day, you will get through the battle pass fairly quick. However, I still don't think it's on par with what it should be with over on Fortnite, how they kind of do it there, where you can basically essentially gain all the XP that you want in one day and level up all the way to level 200 if you need to in basically one day at the end of the season. Sort of akin to a rested XP situation that you see in WoW or other MMOs, or even with Fortnite's battle pass. The longer you are logged off or not playing the game, the more rested XP you gain, meaning that when you do log back on, you will gain a significant XP increase when you are playing and doing your challenges. Now, a lot of MMOs do this, so if you're familiar with that, you kind of know about the rested XP stuff. And again, Fortnite likes to do that with their battle pass, and it really does make up for all the effort and kind of stuff that you do during the season, and being able to get that kind of done at the end of the season and not feeling that FOMO, I think really does help with the game experience overall, especially kind of getting your money's worth what you spent on the battle pass. Now, granted, some people have been able to level this battle pass very, very quickly. However, I will ask if you had to change your playstyle at all. Probably so, or at least the challenges aligned with how you play. Seemingly because the challenges carry so much weight, and they kind of have you do certain things that you otherwise wouldn't have maybe done in that scenario. I'm not big on when challenges completely change playstyles and people making things do different things. Kind of like how Fortnite does it with the story mode and kind of having you go to different places where it's not necessarily changing your gameplay or how you play, but maybe interactables or things that you interact with in that map. That might not necessarily be the best solution. However, I do think the rested XP will significantly help those people that only have so many hours a day to play. Now, other than my feedback there on that, there is actually a thread to help you gain some XP faster for for your battle pass. Now this essentially says you only have to play 5 hours a week to complete the battle pass overall if you do cater to these steps. Again, you're going to need to focus target a lot of this stuff in order to push through that there. I'm going to leave a link down to this whole thread down below so you can check it out, see what kind of things that you need to do for the weeklies, as well as kind of just getting that in pace for the end of the season. Hopefully this should help both crowds overall. If you're leveling fast or if you're leveling too slow, this should hopefully make it more in line with even leveling faster or just essentially getting you on pace for the end of the season. Now over the last few weeks, I've been seeing a ton of comments on some error stuff going on with the game, as well as some general fixes that people need. Now thankfully and somewhat unfortunately, I haven't encountered any of these errors. Normally when I do, I kind of figure out how to get past them, and then I can bring them to you guys like I had before in my previous videos, which if you haven't really seen my past videos like way long ago, a lot of them are tutorial based videos on how to either fix errors or do different things. So unfortunately, I haven't really been able to test that stuff or have any of that stuff that's causing that issues. However, I do have some error fixes here for you that you might need to go to the Discord for. However, I'll try to have them pasted down below and maybe like a paste bin. Now this first one here is to fix all common errors. So like if you're experiencing anything with crashing or anything of that nature, just follow these steps here that I'm going to have listed down below, and hopefully that's going to fix any problem you've had in general. And those steps were listed out by Metal on Discord. We also have another fix for a specific error by Hamza, which is the error TFAV1012. I do believe I've seen a comment or two about this error specifically, so I know some of you guys are actually experiencing this. This one's actually seems like a fairly short fix here. You're just heading to the app data folder, local, and finding two folders named Embark and Discovery, and you're just renaming those to anything. That essentially will throw them into like a backup state, or basically not being there, so the game will have to remake those folders. If you are able to launch and play, you can actually go back and delete the ones that you renamed. So hopefully those two error fixes, or seemingly these two fixes here from both these people, will hopefully fix anything that you've had or any issues that you've had with launching the game in general. Now the last minute mentionable here is this big debate stuff, and I know I've basically beaten this debate down and everything else on my channel especially. However, there is another thread blowing up on another place or another subreddit, so this is seemingly getting a lot bigger than people actually think. Now on the subreddit livestream fails, which is just a lot of clips from Twitch or YouTube or Kick, wherever it's from, we actually had a thread and clip blow up on the livestream fails subreddit for the finals, and the title here is, you guessed it, the power of aim assist. Now again, I'm gonna have a link down to this thread and this clip down below. It is quite insane just how much aim assist snaps to the player while they're on a zip line. It really is quite strong here, and it's kind of hard to defend this one, especially if you are a controller player. Just being able to snap to a player like that, it doesn't really seem like aim assist and more like aim bot. Again, I do think the balance there is a little bit too far. I get people might not want to do crossplay stuff or turn off crossplay. There's a bunch of stuff there with the debates. However, I feel like I had to feature this, as this is another thread popping up and blowing up, and it's not even on the final subreddit, but on an entirely different one. And from the comments here, a lot of people talk about how they left the Apex community to go to the finals because of how strong aim assist was. Again, yeah, the balance just needs to be fine-tuned a little bit there. I hope that this doesn't hurt the game in its longevity, as I have seen what strong aim assist can do to games like Apex and even Hyperscape and a few other games. We'll have to wait and see what devs say about this one, but yeah, I'll toss this one off to you guys if you want to go ahead and debate it some more in comment. Overall, that should about cover for today's video. If you like it, subscribe, and see you next. Deuces.